It's one of my favourite races here because I love the place, I love the hill. It's very fast and it's quite technical, and it's been very close between me and Sarah this weekend. She's had a couple of accidents herself, sadly, and I know she's been trying to regain confidence in the car. We were pretty close yesterday in some quite difficult conditions, wet in the morning, and then it was damp in the afternoon. So we were both pushing, and sadly, it's me that's had the crash this weekend. It's great racing with her and all the other drivers in the class. Really, I love this class, and being as we're all in the same car, it's always very close. So whatever happens, it's a good form of racing for me because it's very close, seconds, tenths of seconds, and but when it's like that, you have to, you always have to push. You always have to go faster. You're always looking for ways to make up time, and it's when that happens, you have to take a few risks. And I think maybe I took a few too many this afternoon. This morning the conditions were good and I was pushing hard, and unfortunately halfway through the course I was coming into a chicane in fourth gear, and the light in the shade was it was like a strobe light, and suddenly I couldn't see as I turned into the chicane, and I clipped the wall and took a wheel off, which sent me into the other wall and spanned the car, and it's done a lot of damage. So it's sad, and it's kind of a bit scary when that happens. Thankfully, everybody's been really amazing and really helped me so much, helped me load the car back in, and I guess it's racing, and I was pushing hard today. It's one of those things, I guess, but thankfully I'm okay, and that's what matters really. The car is fixable, the chassis seems to be okay, so get back on the horse and ride it, I suppose, really. It's just, get it fixed, get in it and get back out, and hopefully we can get it ready in 4 weeks. For me, although I have been competing in France for 2 years now, it's always been my ambition to come and compete in the European Championship. Well, last year I competed at St-Ursanne, and this year I wanted to come to do another European round. So I'm here at Glasbach in Germany, and this is the German round of the European Championship. It's a big meeting, a lot of people this weekend, and it's really, the highest, the top level of hill climbing in Europe and probably in the world in that respect. So it's an opportunity to come and experience racing against the top level of drivers. It's 5.5 kilometers here, and it's a very difficult track to learn. Whereas some of the tracks you have a beginning, a middle, lots of landmarks, things you can use to get your bearings. Here the entire course has got railings and armco all the way down it, and there's not really any landmarks to actually take in. A couple of houses, but that's it, and it's a very winding course. A lot of it looks quite similar to other bits, so some corners tighten, some corners open up, and because it's a slightly different format to the French rounds, today for practice we've only had 2 runs, and tomorrow for the race we'll get 2 runs. In France sometimes we get 3-4 practices, maybe 4 runs on a Sunday. So not only is it a more complicated track, it goes on for a long time, and ultimately you've got less goes to actually learn it. When you put that with the fact that I got here after a day and a half of travelling, and I arrived a lot later, I didn't have any time really on Friday to learn it. I went up the course a couple of times with a friend in a car, and he was driving, and it's a lot compressed into a very short amount of time. Since Vuillafans, life's been a bit hectic, to be honest, and that's putting it mildly. The car's been left in France, so I've not actually been able to do a lot with that. But another thing that's happened is that I entered the Ninja Warrior UK programme and have been successful in getting through. So there's been a lot of training involved in that. Obviously, being here and doing the kind of racing I do, I love pushing myself physically and mentally. And I think life without a challenge is quite boring. And so I tend to try and put challenges in front of me and to see how I measure up. With racing, with hill climbing, there's no other drivers on the track. It's really pushing yourself as an individual, and I enjoy that. I get a lot of benefits, not the right word, but I get a lot of satisfaction from doing that. And I think with Ninja Warrior, that was something, again, that it's really just an opportunity to push yourself physically and see what you're actually capable of. And to me, that really appeals. It's been amazing to get the result this weekend. I just came here purely with the ambition of rebuilding my confidence and getting back up to speed in the car. I've pushed a bit harder every run, and it's just been amazing. I've had some team support with Team Fagioli. That's really helped a lot. No, I never thought I'd be on the podium today. I didn't really know even really who's going to be in the class. We've had some F3 cars, a few Formula Renaults, and certainly some quick drivers from the European circuit. To be in amongst them, I thought, well, just see what happens. I didn't really have any big preconceptions, but it's been a great result, and I feel like I've driven as well as I could have driven, and the car feels good, so it's really helped my confidence. I'd really like to thank everyone who's supported me and all the guys who, helped rebuild the car in such a short space of time. My sponsors, NGK, and everybody, Garage Pride, Tech Tree. It's been a massive effort to get the car ready for this weekend, and the support that I've had, people donating on Facebook and lovely messages, it's really helped motivate me and keep me feeling positive. So thanks guys, you're the best. I feel quite settled coming into this weekend. Mont-Dore is a very technical track. After Glasbach last weekend, there's a few differences. Glasbach is a very, very quick course, and Mont-Dore is more technical. It's more second, third, fourth gear. A lot of corners. I think there's something like 50 corners here, and it's very, very difficult trying to piece it all together. It's easy to lose your concentration and suddenly find yourself in a part of the track you're thinking, trying to remember what's coming next. Before you know it, you've gone through 2 or 3 corners, you've lost a load of time. So you've really, really, more than any hill, you've really got to get Mont-Dore in your head to be able to attack it. And coming here for the second time this year, it's easier for sure. I've been also lucky to have a car today from one of my friends, Jan, who's kindly lent me a Golf. So I've been driving the course for about 2 hours. And last year I was on the scooter the whole time. Driving on a little 50cc scooter is it's better than nothing, but it's very different to driving the car driving in a car like this. So that's helped, and I'm feeling pretty confident really. We're lucky this weekend that the weather's going to be good, because last year it was really pretty shocking, and somewhere as beautiful as Mont-Dore, it's nice because you can really appreciate it. There's not a lot of time for me to enjoy it when I'm at a race because I'm always working hard. But when you see the landscape here, it's breathtaking. You know, there's lakes, volcanoes, and to race through a landscape like this is something very special, and it's very unique to hill climbing. So I feel very lucky to be racing somewhere like this, really.
Le point de pied et l'autre classement descend après.
I'm really excited to be driving the Norma this weekend at St-Ursanne. It's a huge privilege to be running with Team Vuillafans and to have the opportunity to drive it. It's always been my ambition to get into a prototype. It's a faster car, it's got more grip, it's got more straight line speed, more downforce in pretty much every area really. So for me it's a big step up, and it's always the next step that I envisage going to. But it's going to be a case of just starting very slowly and building my speed up and trying to get a feel for the car bit by bit. Obviously, having not had a chance to test it, my first drive is going to be tomorrow in practice. So it's really, it's just a case of trying to get to the grips with the car in a very gentle way and not taking any big steps. One of the immediate differences is the fact that I'm sitting on the left of the car. In the Formula Renault, I sit in the middle, so you're always very central and you've got a good view of both wheels. In the prototype, your wheels are hidden behind the bodywork. It's that thing of when you go on holiday and you get a hire car, you're sat on the wrong side of the car. It's quite a strange experience at first, so that takes a bit of getting used to. And on top of that, really, then the paddle shift, which I'm hoping is going to be quite a nice thing to try. It should make life actually a lot easier driving the car. In the Formula Renault, you have to take one hand off the wheel all the time, and you're doing a lot of gear changes in the Formula Renault to keep the engine on the boil. With this car, you've literally just got your hands on the wheel the entire time. It should make me feel a bit more secure, especially a course like this where it's very high speed. It's mainly 5th and 6th gear, so you can imagine taking your hand off the wheel at that speed. It's not ideal. One of the first things I have to do before I actually get in the car and drive it is to make a seat. Now, the seat in any race car has to be tailored specifically to the driver, because a lot of the feel that you get from the car comes, as well as through the wheel, it comes through the seat. You're trapped in very tightly and you need support. You get feeling through your backside, through your shoulders, through all the parts of your body that come into contact with the car. I'm using a system today it's from Schroth Racing. It's their Indy Seat kit, and it's basically a bag full of little tiny plastic balls. You pour a chemical into the bag, and this creates a reaction which makes it set. Once you've got in the seat, you've shaken it into the position you want, you vacuum pump the air out of the seat, and it all basically sucks in around you. For me, the seat's perfectly tailored. It fits me exactly. It's like a glove, really. For me, it's just going to be a case of relying on the video. I've got an onboard camera that I'm going to be using a lot, and just poring over the footage. Also, I have team support this weekend. I'm not running the car on my own, so to have other people here with me is going to give me a lot more time to actually just focus on what I'm doing and to think about my driving. Normally I've got to clean the tyres, work on the car, make some food, and that puts a lot of pressure on me to try and cram a lot into a very short space of time. So ultimately it's a case of trying to build my speed up, trying to learn something from every run. With a prototype, at least from what I've seen of people driving them, there seems to be a lot more graduation between the point where the car starts to slide and where the car does slide. Especially having spoken to a few other Formula Renault drivers that I know who've tried prototypes, who've tried Normas, they've all said that actually the car's a bit more friendly because you have more of a margin for error when the car actually lets go, or you come into a corner a bit too quick and the back steps out. You can catch the slide generally. In a single seater, you've got a much you've got to be very fast to catch it. We're at Turckheim this weekend for the final round of the championship, right in the heart of Alsace. It's a beautiful part of France, and to be honest, I just can't believe that we're here for the final round of the championship right now. Racing always goes quickly, and with the frenetic pace of coming and going, competing abroad, the year flies by. But yeah, what a season it's been, really. A lot of highs, a lot of lows with the crash, and some fantastic moments. My ambition this season was to try and finish in the top 3, and that was pretty ambitious considering it's a really well contested class with a lot of good drivers, all very equally matched cars. And I started well. I started off, had a few podiums, a few second places, and I've kind of slipped back a bit as the season's gone by rather. After Vuillafans it didn't help because that was one race where I was really hoping to finish in a good position, and I think I slipped down to about 5th or 6th, so the crash there really cost me, and I've been trying to claw a few places back since. I missed one race obviously by going to St-Ursanne to race the Norma prototype. I think I've given it a good shot, and I think 5th place is a pretty good position to finish on if I can pull it off. I'm locked in 5th equal at the moment with Thierry Bertin, and we're both going to be fighting pretty hard this weekend in a group of about 14 Formula Renaults. So whatever happens, it's hot, it's dry, and it's going to be a big battle this weekend. And I've really got a few plans and a few ideas for next season. Ultimately, having tried a car that's a lot quicker than the Formula Renault, a lot easier to drive in many respects, I love this car, but my heart is now focused on getting into a prototype drive for 2017. Running a prototype means running with a team, and finding a team to run it is, it's quite a big thing. You don't just run up to the first team. You've got to find people that you get on with, people that you have a good relationship with, because these are the people you're going to spend your entire weekend with for 12 weekends of the summer. I'm really excited to be in sunny Gurnigel this weekend in the heart of the Swiss mountains. It's a beautiful course. I think if I've ever done a course that comes close to this in terms of the scenery, it's like I'd imagine a beautiful alpine hill climb, and luckily we've been blessed with fantastic weather as well. So my first impressions of the course here, it's a bit more narrow than I'm used to. Obviously it's only the second time for me driving the Norma, but it's amazing. I'm having a great time, and luckily I've got some friends helping, so some good support in the paddock. And yeah, I mean, it's just all around us. We've got mountains, the sound of cowbells, there's a helicopter ferrying VIPs up and down the course, so it's really quite a special feeling here this weekend, and especially for me because it's my last weekend in Turckheim, was meant to be my final race of the year, so to be here right now doing this event is a complete bonus. And I'm very thankful to to my sponsors and TechTree, NGK, everybody who's made it possible for me to come here this weekend, and yeah, just hoping for another good result. One of the things I absolutely love about the Norma is the engine to start with. It's a 2-litre Honda Type R. It revs to just over 8,500 RPM, and it's got nearly 100 horsepower more than the car that I normally drive. So the first thing that is really noticeable in this car is the power of the torque. It really picks up speed, and especially here where you've got quite a narrow course, going through the forest, the impression of speed, it takes a bit of getting used to. On top of that, it's mated to a Sadev sequential gearbox, a bit like in the Formula Renault, but it has paddle shift, so you never need to take your hands off the wheel and you can just fly through the gears. It gives you a lot of confidence again when you're braking, changing down maybe 4 gears into a tight hairpin. Both your hands are on the wheel, and it really makes it it gives you a lot of confidence when you're pushing the car. Another area is the aerodynamics. Of course, this car's got a huge amount of downforce. You've only got to look at the floor and see the area it has, just inches from the track, and it really pulls the car down. Obviously, as the speed increases, the downforce increases, and then this helps with braking as well. So it's a phenomenal car to drive, and yeah, I'm just very grateful to have the chance to drive in it. I've had a fantastic weekend in Gurnigel, and it's been every bit as great as I hoped it would be. The car's been perfect for this track. It's really after St-Ursanne, where it's just full out, full gas the whole time. To drive the car on a more technical track, it's been enjoyable, and I've had a few issues with the gearbox trying to change it down. It got stuck in gear a few times today, and I was a little bit frustrated at times, but otherwise it's just been perfect. And with the weather we've had and the atmosphere, the ambience here, so many spectators, and just seeing everybody and the drive down waving on the side of the mountain, it's really a very special atmosphere. I think I'll have to come back in next year to try and break that record, but yeah, it's even so, pushing the car hard as through the faster corners, the car was running really well, and that was the one thing I could feel that the car wanted to go. And to take fastest lady here has been a really lovely moment, and for me to finish the season, it's been a real high to finish with that, and it's fantastic to win a watch from Graham. I'm absolutely delighted, and yeah, it's made it a very memorable event to finish the season on. So I'm very thankful to everyone who's made it possible, and especially to Graham for the lovely prize for fastest lady.